You're listening to Fishing the DMV with your host, Thomas Ahrens. Fishing the DMV is brought to you by Jake's Bait and Tackle, located in Winchester, Virginia.
If that doesn't get you jacked up, I don't know what will.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Fishing the DMV. I'm your host, Thomas Ahrens, and this is a little extra bonus episode that's going to be uploaded Tuesday evening, and it's just going to give an update on our Patreon club membership tournament that's going on this summer, the Sizzlin Summer Showdown. This one is brought to you by me. I'm giving away, I think it's close to $4,000 in cash prizes in this tournament. It's the most money I've ever given away before. I've been saving up all year before I got my job, because this I thought was going to be the pinnacle, the big dog when it came to cash prizes. It's also the longest tournament. It started July 12th and it finishes up September 1st at midnight. And before you guys ask in the comments section, yes, there is still time to sign up. So if you're a Patreon member that hasn't signed up yet, you can go sign up for that. And if you are not a Patreon member yet, there is still time for you to sign up as well. So I think there's like one Patreon spot left, maybe two. So if you're not a Patreon member yet, you better go sign up right now. It's really, really cheap to become a Patreon member. And sadly, because Apple is raising prices on the Apple Store, and because I'm still unemployed, still trying to find a job, but I am still unemployed, it's because of Patreon, honestly, that I'm alive and I'm able to pay my mortgage. And so for my Patreon members, I really thank you so much. And I'm going to be closing off the Weekend Warrior membership to new people here real soon, because we only have like one or two spots left. And I'm going to be raising the prices. If you want to become a club member, or if you want to fish these tournaments, I'll be raising the prices to all new members. So hurry up, get grandfathered in. If you sign up for the year, it's like $65 and you save over, I think, like 11%. And it really, really, again, you are supporting this channel and keeping me alive. So if you can find it in your heart to donate the $65, tons of great benefits. You get 5% off your orders at Jake's Bait and Tackle. You get 10% off Tiger Crankbaits, Catoctin Creek rods, ad-free episodes of the show, just so much more. And of course, 5 fishing tournaments that I basically bankroll, so I can guarantee all of the money. So if you'd like to, please go over, check that out. It really basically keeps me doing this and keeps me from living on the street, doing things behind a dumpster that the Lord probably wouldn't like. But with that said, let's kind of get right into the tournament stuff. Let's just share the screen right here. Alrighty. All right, perfect. So as you guys know, this tournament right here is the Sizzlin Summer Showdown, presented to you by Fishing the DMV. What I'm going to be doing on Monday Night Lives until the end of the tournament, I will be giving an update on the tournament and everything that's going on. Now, I did misspoke, which is a shocking thing, on Monday Night Live. So if you see the Monday Night Live show, which already has kind of me going through the standings built into it, I kind of said some things wrong. So I apologize. This is 100% the one that is completely true. So let's kind of get into it right now. First off, we're going to go with the largemouth mixed bag standings. In first place right now, we have Gary Duncan with 126 inches. And let me just say, just to start with this tournament format, what we're doing is 8 fish limit. There is a smallmouth division, and also there is a largemouth or mixed bag division. So if you catch all smallmouth, that puts you in a separate standing category that you're competing for the big prize money. Or if you just want to catch largemouth, or you have like a little bit of a mixed bag, that puts you in this category right here as well. So in first place, we have Gary Duncan with 126 inches. In second place, we have Brian Heath, I think, Health or Heath. It can't be Health because there's no L. So Brian Heath with 122.75 inches. In third place, we have Aaron Ball with 120.75 inches. In fourth place, we have Jason Church with 102 inches. In fifth place, we have Stephen Beck with 94.5 inches. In sixth place, we have Jason Niche with 66.75 inches. In seventh place, we have Lee Wells with 56.75 inches. And then in eighth place, we have Larry Gray with 35.25 inches. In ninth place, we have Greg Oakes with 31.75. In 10th place, we have Michael Prey with 27 inches. In 11th place, we have Jamie McLean with 15.25 inches. And then in 12th place, we have Cody Oliver with 14.5 inches. So that is our, let me try to hide this to make it a little bit more dramatic, but that is our largemouth mixed bag standings right now. Now, Big Fish Awards. The fourth, now I'm giving away 4 plaques and $100 to each of the 4 biggest largemouth caught in the event. Now, I call this the Hunter Smith rule. What we're doing with all Big Fish Awards is Hunter Smith caught like a 40-pound bag of largemouth in a month-long tournament and just basically won every damn award. And to me, these tournaments, it's not like Mr. Bass, Bassmaster Classic, BPT, where I want to make sure somebody can retire off the winnings. It's just supposed to be fun, and you make some cash and you do some winning. So you can get 1 Big Fish Award per group. So if you are doing the largemouth awards, and you catch the biggest largemouth in the whole tournament, and you also catch the second biggest largemouth, what I'm doing is we'll give you one of the awards and then the next largest largemouth caught by somebody else, so that everyone has a chance and there's some hope that you can still win some money with this thing. That doesn't mean you can't win other Big Fish Awards, but that just means you can't just own every plaque for the largemouth or the smallmouth, okay? So right now, if the tournament ended today, the 4th biggest largemouth so far is by Larry Gray, which is 18.25. And in third place, the 3rd biggest largemouth caught so far is Gary Duncan, which is 19.50. The 2nd largest largemouth right now is, spoiler warning right here, drum roll please. Oop, let me put that back there. Perfect. I want to kind of build up the suspense. There we go. The 2nd largest largemouth caught so far is Stephen Beck with a 19.75 inch behemoth. Dude, this thing is absolutely massive. Massive fish, dude. All right. In first place, the biggest largemouth so far recorded in the Sizzling Summer Showdown is by the man himself, Aaron Ball, with a 20.5 inch watermelon. Look at that water whale right there. So far the tournament ended today. Aaron Ball has the largest smallmouth on record, but everyone in the top 4 would get $100 and a plaque. Alrighty. So with that said, let us get into the smallmouth division. So smallmouth division, basically the division is just the smallmouth like it says, but when it comes to the Big Fish Award, because not every river system is created equal, I broke it up into regions. So for the smallmouth Big Fish Award, you get a biggest smallmouth in the state of Pennsylvania waters, Maryland waters, and Virginia waters. And before people ask, because the Potomac snakes through Maryland and West Virginia, if you catch it in West Virginia, we'll still count that as Maryland waters, because I'm going to say technically the Potomac is like a Maryland river. So that's how we're going to do it for that Big Fish Award there. Okay. So with that said, let's get into it. So right now, if the tournament ended today, in first place with 159 inches is Jacob Hausman. In second place with 146.75, we have Jared Clare with 146.75. In third place, we have the Upper Potomac River Rat himself, the legend, Cliff Bennett, with 142.75 inches. In fourth place, we have Todd Spatch with 132.75 inches. In fifth place, we have Matthew Gills with 131.25 inches. In sixth place, we have Trey Leach with 122.75 inches. Pretty good bag. In seventh place, we have Toby Foster with 110.75 inches. In eighth place, we have Joe Edwards with 67.75 inches. And then in ninth place, we have, I believe it's George Lazo, I believe. I apologize if that's wrong. I can't read apparently, which is great for the job search apparently. And you have 29 inches. In 10th place, we have Douglas Spatch with 15.25 inches. And then in 11th place right now, we have Tyler Simmons with 15 inches on the dot. And that so far is, if the tournament ended today, that's your standings for the smallmouth division. So for the smallmouth Big Fish Awards in Pennsylvania waters, I'm doing something different as well. I'm giving away $100 and a plaque to the two largest smallmouth caught in Pennsylvania waters, Virginia, and Maryland waters. And just like with the largemouth, because of the Hunter Smith rule, you can only get one. So if you catch two that are 30 inches long, you'll get one award, and I'll hand it down to the next person because I want to spread the love around, make sure more people can win and feel like they can compete. So the Second largest smallmouth caught in Pennsylvania waters so far is from Jared with a 19.25-inch stud. Dude, that's a beautiful little fish. I really like that one. So far, the biggest smallmouth caught in Pennsylvania waters is by Jacob Hausman with a 20-inch .5 beautiful watermelon football smallmouth. Now let's move on to Maryland waters. In the Maryland waters, the second largest smallmouth recorded in Maryland waters is by Joe Edwards, 19.50 inches. That's a beautiful football. I love how the smallmouth are different colors and their bodies are just a lot different. I feel like largemouth, generally speaking, you take a photo of a largemouth, it's a lot harder to guess where it's from. Smallmouth, it seems like every creek, every river, they just have this unique color pattern. Their fin sizes, it's just different. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. So far, Joey, you got the second biggest smallmouth out of Maryland waters. All right, here we go. Next up, we have Clifton Bennett. Cliff Bennett, the legend of the Upper Potomac. So far, he has the biggest smallmouth in Maryland waters at 20 inches on the dot. Well done, sir. Now let's move on to Virginia waters. What will Virginia play in this big rivalry between the three states? Well, right now, the second biggest smallmouth recorded in Virginia waters is by Brian Heath with a beautiful, beautiful, very black, dark fish, man. I'm pretty sure they get that color to them, I believe, is when they're in really shallow water, but I could be wrong. But a very, very dark, beautiful 19.25-inch smallmouth has him with the second largest smallmouth in Virginia waters. And then rounding out the smallmouth big thing, we have the biggest smallmouth recorded in Virginia waters. Drum roll, please. Is Matthew Gills with this beautiful 19.75-inch smallmouth from Virginia waters. Absolutely gorgeous fish. So the tournament ended today. These are all of the winners that we have. And then as always, guys, we're gonna do something else too. We're gonna talk about the side pot fish, because if you guys don't know, and if you want to sign up for this tournament, I am giving away $500 in a plaque to first place in both divisions, $200 in a plaque to second place in both divisions, $150 in a plaque to third place in both divisions. In fourth place in both divisions, you get $100 in a plaque. And then in fifth place, you're just going to get a plaque. Okay. So I'm bleeding money left and right for all you people, because I want to make sure this is the best event we've ever had. And then again, the top 4 largemouth are going to win $100 in a plaque. And then for smallmouth, we're going to have 2 big fish winners out of Pennsylvania waters, Maryland waters, and Virginia. And each winner gets $100 in a plaque. And then we have our side pot challenge. Our side pot challenge is going to be a lot of fun. It's the same thing, guys. I'm just going batshit crazy with this here. You get, if you have a largest, let me try that again. So the side pot challenge for the summer is going to be snakeheads, sunfish / bluegill, rock bass, and crappie. The 2 largest snakehead will get $100 in a plaque. The 2 largest bluegill / sunfish will get $100 in a plaque. The 2 largest rock bass will get $100 in a plaque. And the 2 largest crappie will get $100 in a plaque. Now, I mentioned this on Monday Night Live. This is 100% true. Walleye. I want to do more cold water species too for our next tournament. If you guys don't know, our next tournament after this one will be the Halloween Bash, October. And that'll get us through the month of October before our big Christmas tournament that we do Black Friday through New Year's Day. So, but for the Halloween tournament, we're going to have walleye as a side pot fish. And I'm trying to figure out how to do trout, because that's like a Pandora's box. You have put and take rainbows. Should we just do put and take versus fly? Should we just do each species, like a rainbow, a brown trout, a brook trout? That would be kind of cool. I don't know how I'm going to do trout. I'm going to try to get your input as we get closer to that date. But walleye and trout will be on the menu for the Halloween October Bash tournament. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, we drum roll, please. Let's get into our side pot challenges right now. The first up is going to be the snakehead pot. Okay. And the second largest snakehead right now recorded is 26.25 inches by the man himself. I'm going to call him the king of dragons, like Targaryen, Targaryen or whatever, queen of the dragons. He's the king of the dragons. Lee caught I think it was like 3 inches off from being a Virginia State record. It was a massive dragon in our last tournament. So you can see Lee is making a strong showing right here with a 26.25-inch beautiful snakehead. But right now, the man that has the honors of the biggest snakehead is Jason Church with this beautiful 27.25-inch dragon right here. Absolutely beautiful fish, Jason. Hopefully this holds up and you guys both will be $100 richer, and you guys will get a nice little plaque too. All right, next thing up here. For our other fish, no one submitted one yet. We are a week and some change into the tournament. No one has submitted a bluegill, no one submitted a rock bass, and no one has submitted a crappie. I'm really sad about that. So if you guys want to win some money, upload those. We're going to get into some over the tournament rules and stuff. I adjusted Tourney X. This way the bluegill, the snakehead, and all that shows up. So instead of just your 8 biggest fish, I believe it's 24. So that's basically 8 largemouth, 8 smallmouth, bluegill, side. Everything is going to show up on the leaderboard. That way everyone can see every fish that's submitted, and then I will use my Excel spreadsheet and then break everything up every which way possible. So don't worry about that. I'll clean it up. And I think what I'll do is I'll just take your biggest, for the bass side of things right now, I'll just take your biggest 8 fish, whatever they are, and then we'll go that way. Do you guys want to allow that you enter both pots? Is that something you guys want to do? If that's something, I'll put that as a vote later this week and we'll vote on it. If you guys want it so that you're eligible for both divisions. I don't have a problem with it, honestly. I just don't want to have somebody just clean up. That's my biggest worry here is, again, this is not just about making everyone rich. It's about having fun and making sure we spread the love around a little bit. So I just don't want to have somebody that just wins every single piece of material, plaque, and cash out there, because that's just not fun. And again, this is not Bassmaster or Hobie Series, BFL, Major League Fish. It's not about getting rich quick. It's make a little bit of money and have fun with this thing. So if that's something you guys want, I'll put a poll out there and we can vote on it if you guys want to be able to enter both divisions. So let's go into some tournament rules. So Tourney X and the kayak community has been having some issues with cheaters. It's no different than bass boat tournaments. I mean, there's a guy that was just busted on Lake Guntersville because they had a cooler full of fish at a boat house dock that they would jump off the boat, grab the fish, put them in the boat. And luckily, which is awesome, the Alabama Fish and Game caught them and busted them, which is awesome. So cheating is no shock. But in kayak fishing, a cheating scandal that happened in a couple of big national headline tournaments was people taking dead fish that were pre-caught, taking pictures of them and submitting them. They were either dead and thrown in a cooler a couple days ago and they took pictures of them or something like that. So was really thinking about how ways I could prevent myself from being one of those tournament directors that dealt with something like that. And this is something that I wrote in the rules. It's a PDF that I'll put a link in that too on Patreon and also on our private Facebook group, so you can go over the rules and look at them. But fish with yellow eyes. So I felt like this was the best way to kind of prevent this issue here. I don't know why this is like this with the rules. I don't know why it's all bulgy like that. Anyway, but smallmouth or a largemouth with yellow eyes will not be accepted. Okay. Oh, and I'm not sharing my screen. My apologies. I'm an idiot. Let's try this again. So smallmouth or largemouth with big yellow puffy eyes will not be accepted. As you can tell from this fish right here that looks like it's massively constipated on this screenshot I found, it looks very dead. You're really rarely going to find a bass. And again, someone in the comment section will be like, well, I caught one bass 10 years ago that had, yeah, exactly. Generally speaking, if you're looking at a lot of the fish that are caught, even like largemouth, they have that black glass to their eyes. All of them do. You know, a largemouth eye has a very specific look to it. And it's the same thing with smallmouth. And so I checked with some of my biologists, and even though that sometimes you could run into this, most of the time, once that eye has that bright yellow around it, that bulbous, it means the fish is dead. And so I'm not counting dead fish. And the way I can do this, because again, it's a catch photo release tournament, is if it has a bright yellow eye like this one here, it has yellow in it, it's something that I have the ability to just not accept. I won't accept that fish. And hopefully this will cut down on it. We don't have this issue right now, but I'm a very trying to be proactive person. Yeah, I've had a lot of bad luck, if you guys don't know, with losing my job, the dog getting severely hurt. My torpedo motor is now broken, has an issue. So just trying to keep the bad luck from getting into the fishing tournament I'm running right now. We're going to just try this rule to see if it works, just to kind of negate potential cheating if it would ever happen with us. How to measure a fish. This has come up with our new members, if you guys don't know this. So what you're going to do is get a kayak bump board. It would be super awesome. A lot of great brands out there. The biggest thing that you're looking for, it needs this fence here that you could put the fish's lip up against. Left eye will be facing me. Best case scenario, I'd really appreciate that. You don't have to necessarily have your hand in the photo for this thing. I'm pretty chill. I know some big time tournament trails want you to have it. And then you need some space between the tip of the tail and the end of the board. You don't want to have the picture so close that I can't see past the fin, the very back of the fin. So you can take a very wide picture because on the Tourney XF, I can zoom in, which isn't a problem. And the board needs to have all these notches on there. So I know like if it's 12 inches, I can see 12 inches, 12.25, 12 and a half, 12.75, and then 13 inches. So that's how that works there. And then right here, you'd have the code idea. It doesn't have to be right here. You can draw it on your hand, piece of paper. It don't matter. Now, the mouth opening thing. This is a hot button thing. And I know this is like umpire judgment on balls and strikes. That's just kind of how it is here. But if the mouth is open by just like I have to zoom in and I can barely see some yellow, generally speaking, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. That's going to be approved. There's going to be no issues there. Generally speaking, I'm going to do my best to not ding you for that because, I mean, it could be the way the fish is, it could be the way the mouth is. And based on what I've seen, it really also depends on the length of your fish. If the mouth is open just that amount and the fish is 12 inches long on the dot, okay, maybe closing the mouth will probably drop it underneath that 12-inch mark. But usually it won't. If it's just a little bit open or the fish has a deformed mouth. And I've seen so many fish where it's like they're 12 and like 12.10 inches long. They're not 12 inches, but they're not 12.25. So their mouth is open a crack and the guy puts it down as 12 inches. Even if I shut the mouth, it's still probably going to be at 12 inches. So really there's nothing to dock him. On the far right, though, as you can see here, when it's massively gaping open, yep, you're going to be docked. You're going to be docked a point. What does that mean? If you put the fish down as, again, I'll just go with 12 because it's easy. If you put the fish down as like this bass here is 12.25 inches. What I'll do is I'll drop it down to the next measurement. So in tournaments, how you do it is you do it in quarters. So 12 inches, 12.25 inches, 12 and a half, 12.75, and 13. That's how you'd put fish in. So if this fish right here you put in is 12.25, I would just drop it down to 12 inches on the dot. That's kind of how I would do it as well. I know we had a couple of new members that like didn't use the right board. I'm not going to completely discount their fish because one, we're a week into a tournament. They don't have a full limit. In my judgment, it's not going to be the make or break in the tournament, and that's my fault if that comes back and bites me in the ass. But I did dock them some inches and stuff until they get the right board. So that's just kind of how that works out right there with that. I think that's basically everything. So again, the tournament goes on until Monday, September 1st at midnight. All public waters. You must be an active club member on Patreon, the Weekend Warrior, to be a part of it. If you guys have any questions, you can email me, reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, or you could text me. That texting works too as well. If you don't have my number, message me and I'll give you my number. I don't want to put this on YouTube and put it on blast to the whole world. But yeah, so that's kind of how it works there with that. Any questions, you guys can let me know in the comment section down below. But congratulations so far to everyone. We have, I think, 45 people sign up for this tournament, which is awesome. And again, I have not closed down the sign up. So if you guys would like to sign up for the tournament, you are more than welcome to sign up. I'll put a link in the episode description if you want to sign up for the event. Thank you guys so much on this quick little update. And then I will update everyone again now that I'm on a good flow on next Monday Night Live. Let me think what else. Oh, I mentioned in the Brian Boog episode about Williamsburg. Great episode, by the way. Go check that out. Next week, the week of, hold on one second, the week of the 27th through the 31st. I believe it's going to be the 28th. I am in the morning on the 28th. Sometime on the 28th, that Monday, I'm going to do a Patreon members only map breakdown of the tidal Potomac River. That's going to be our first map breakdown that we're going to do. I'm probably going to try to do it as a live stream before Monday Night Live, but I just want to let you guys give you a heads up there. So Monday the 28th, we are going to do a live stream in the afternoon before Monday Night Live, and we're going to go through and break down the tidal Potomac. This will only be available for Patreon members. I'll put the link probably later in the week so you guys can find it and you can click on the link and go watch it. But our first map breakdown just for Patreon members will be next week. It'll be Monday the 28th. And if you don't get the live stream, no worries. I will. It's going to be re-uploaded just to Patreon. This is going to be Patreon members only exclusive content. So just want to let you guys know about that. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys next time on Fishing the DMV. Bye. You're listening to Fishing the DMV with your host, Thomas Ahrens. Fishing the DMV is brought to you by Jake's Bait and Tackle, located in Winchester, Virginia.
If that doesn't get you jacked up, I don't know what will.